Alright, so this is somewhat of a continuation of my previous video about the mind of God, and that's all that there is, and the whole plural use in the Bible of let us create man in our image and our likeness, blah, 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 what all that means. But I want to get to the point, and I'm kicking this unscripted freestyle. I'm back looking at the Rose of Sharon bush, and each one of these flowers, I want to dive more into this, is none of these flowers exist by their own right. Each one of them is part of the bush. It's not separate. This flower cannot exist outside of the bush, the Rose of Sharon bush. So just like us, I originally thought there's God, and then there's all of His creation, and that's true by one right, but not quite true in a bigger truth, and that is nothing, no thing can exist outside of God. The mind of God is all that exists. And so just like each flower is part of the bush, each one of us is part of God. Now, I want to be careful how I articulate that, because it would be blasphemy for any one flower to say, I am the bush. It'd be blasphemy for any one of us to say, I am God. So, but we are all part of God. It's like when we dream, and say there's other characters in your dream, and maybe even some of the other characters surprise you, but at the core, they're all you. In that little world, your mind is all that exists. And you immediately have dissociative identity disorder, in that you could be watching a baseball game and a baseball player hits a home run and it surprises you. So this flower appears to be separate from this flower, and by one right it is, but by a bigger truth, they're all part of the same bush and can never be separated from the bush, just like we could never truly be separated from God. However, sin definitely causes bad things in our relationship with other people and God. And so you could think of that as degrees of separation as far as sin goes. Now, I touched on this briefly, and I'll touch on it again. Christ is different than us, in that if we have a dream and all these characters are in our dream, and then we manifest ourselves into that dream, that's like what Christ is. God's direct manifestation of pure love and being. And anyway, I said that I would show this Rose of Sharon when it opened up more. And so I wanted to do that. You can see there's a lot of flowers. Still hasn't even opened up yet, but are getting there. So each one of us is like one of these flowers. Look at that, won't that be nice? All right, well, I've probably rambled on about it enough, but just the big takeaway that I hope my audience gets is the mind of God is all that there is. No thing exists outside of the mind of God. There's only the mind of God. And just like in our dream, when we dream, say we're walking in an empty parking lot that's a mile long, okay? And say we walked all the way to the edge of the parking lot, and at the end of the parking lot was a garage, and we measured it, and it was 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot, okay? Then we wake up. Well, where Where was the mile long? Where was the 10-foot garage? So just like when you look at all the physical space here, it doesn't truly exist. Just like the parking lot and the garage didn't truly exist. It was just in your consciousness. And all this is God's consciousness. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.